Well, good morning, everybody. It's time to go to work. I got to leave a little early today. Running a little bit behind, just because I didn't want to really get out of bed. And also, a friend from Maine was texting me, and I had to figure out who it was at first. I didn't recognize the last name. I just kind of forgot the last name. Not good with names. I had somebody I lived close to and wondered how I was. So I sent him a couple messages and finally got out of bed. 34 degrees outside right now. It's nice and cozy in here at 72 degrees. Of course, I turned the heater on about 5:45. It was 53 degrees in here. I gotta stop sleeping with the window open. The idea was to pull air in with the exhaust fan, but I'm not turning the exhaust fan on really, unless it's gonna be really cold and I want to run the heater for an extended period of time. So I gotta shut that. Because this probably wouldn't have got down to 60 degrees last night. And I would probably turn the heater on just to take the chill off before I got out of work. But go ahead and turn this up for a minute. Let it kick up full bore. I got alarms going off here. Sorry. All right. I got to get this stuff put away. I got to get dressed, cleaned up, get dressed, and get to work. My little medicine on. The nails, literally like after 24 hours, look better. But you can still tell that they're, the top is coming off them. Top layer. It's just weird. It's like, I don't know if you call that top layer or that's a new nail growing underneath. I'm not really sure. But do that quick. That dries so we can get clothes on. Yep, today is going to be a nice day. And then we got a kind of a cool down coming. I think it's tomorrow night is going to be a high or a low in town of like low 30, 32 or something like that, which means it's probably going to be 20 out here. So we are going to want the diesel heater on all night. That night probably. Oh, get my cleaning supplies out for my shower, morning shower. Isopropanol alcohol. Dude wipes. That's how we roll, baby. Alright, I gotta get going. Maybe I'll talk to you on the way to work. But I gotta get cleaned up. This is really grainy because how dark it is. But yeah, we just have a duck walking through the parking area. Kind of odd. Yeah, as dark as it is, trying to zoom in. That's why the video is so bad. But I just want to see it. All right, sorry about that footage. It was how grainy it was, but as dark as it was to zoom in on that duck, that's what it was. But that was kind of cool. There's no water around. Where's the duck from? Was he lost? I don't know. Oh well, almost to work. Gonna be a great day though. I get off a little earlier today because I'm going in earlier. So we definitely have to fill the diesel tonight. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow night that's the really cold. I think it's only going to get up to like 65 during the day tomorrow. And then be, like I said, in town, low of like 32 or something like that. So it's going to be like 20 out in the woods. So, hey, we're heading to work. Gonna be a nice day. Hopefully it's a little slower today. I don't know. We'll see. And we'll have a great day. So, all right, I will see you guys on the flip side. All right, you'll understand later why I just pointed out my light switch and my diesel heater switch, because I think I hit the wrong one last night. We're having technical difficulties with the pump. Their system was down for a while. I waited like 10 minutes. Then it didn't work off the bat, but then we finally got it working. But I definitely need to move that tote. If I get rid of my snowshoes, it'll slide back out of the way. Another issue I have is the bottom panel on the slider. In the full open spot, it rubs a little bit on the door. I don't want to take the carpet off there. I guess I'm just going to live with it. But I would really like to get rid of that tote. That's why I'm thinking about putting a pantry above the bench, electrical access / storage area. So, okay, here in a few seconds, we finally get to fill the diesel after all of this. Of course, a few more seconds. Bear with me. All right. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. Just want to... We're having a system problem. All right, man. Take care.
You as well. We got a little issue out there with the gas pumps, but seems to be working all right. How much are we gonna get today? Oh, like geez, hardly any. But tomorrow's gonna be cold, and I get off later tomorrow, so I don't want to have to mess around with this tomorrow. There we go. $1.17 worth. Let's head to camp. Oop. Okay, we got diesel for the heater. They were having some kind of issue with the pumps, so it took me about 10 minutes to get my diesel. Then when I started trying to, the pump screwed up, but we were able to get it going. Like I said, what was it, $1.17? Third of a gallon. I haven't really used it the last couple of days, very much at all. A couple hours. But I'm sure I'll kick it on tonight for a minute or two, overnight. At least to take the chill off in the morning. But the next night, going into Monday, Sunday into Monday, it's going to be very cold. Ooh, excuse me. We will probably be running it all night Monday night, or Sunday night into Monday. So due to the fact I'm getting out later tomorrow, I want to get it fueled up tonight. Oh man! Hopefully it's even less busy than it was yesterday. Yeah, I left my light on the entire night. I think what I did is I hit the wrong switch. I hit the diesel heater switch instead of the light. You know, not thinking. Excuse me, because they're right. They're, you know, a couple inches from each other. You just reach down, you feel the switch, you hit it. But actually, you know, in hindsight, kind of like the fact that the light was on all night. You know, I mean, it's not shining at anybody the way I was parked. I don't know. So we will, we're heading back to camp now. Friends of mine are heading to Quartzsite. You guys are heading to Quartzsite. People I chit-chat with are heading to Quartzsite. So maybe we'll talk about that when we get back to camp tonight. If y'all watch my videos, I spent a lot of time at Quartzsite this past winter. And personally, I'm not big on Quartzsite. But, I mean, it's each and every one his own. But I will talk about that when we get back to camp. Right now, it's beautiful weather. By the time I get there, I'll need to put on my base layer, and shortly after that, I'll put on my sweatshirt. As soon as that sun starts getting low, it gets chilly. And I should be fully charged on the Blue Eddy. We'll check that real quick, just to make sure I didn't bump something, but we should be fully charged. Oh, back in the sun. All right, we'll talk to you guys from the campsite. Well, good evening, everybody. We're back at camp. Even more people have left. There'll be more people that come in tonight, but I mean, very easy to get a spot right now. Got a nice open spot in front of me here. Oh, I forgot to check the Blue Eddy. I want to do that quick. I'll be right back. Let's see what it says. I just want to check it real quick. I'm sure it's fine, but I just want to double check. Hate to leave it unplugged. If I bumped it by accident, we'll just climb in here real quick. It's actually not that bad. I did figure out a way to do it from the inside better, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. When I'm going to do that. Oh, just move this way. Stick our head in here. Yeah, 97%. I figured it'd be full, but wanted to double check. Gotta check your stuff all the time. You know, I've heard people that they put their stuff so that really can't get to it at all, and they don't check it because worked fine forever, or hey, we just bought it. Or even like monitoring controls can say, hey, every time I check it, it's 100%. Well, that tells you something right there. If every time you check it, it may not be working. But, people find, oh, man, I didn't check it. And, now I'm SOL. But, I check my stuff all the time. My battery in the van is on a battery management system with also an app. I'm not checking that as often because basically it's running the diesel heater and the lights. So it's not getting a big draw. My power in the van is blinking, and I think it's something to do with the heater being directly connected to the battery. So I think I'm going to order another fuse block and wire that in. Then we'll see if I'm popping fuses. But for some reason, everything blinks once in a while with the, and it doesn't. And diesel heater didn't have to be running, so I don't think it's that issue. I don't know, but everything's going good in the van on a daily basis. So yeah, I thought I could talk about Quartzsite tonight. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea. People say that 1 million people end up there in the wintertime, especially for the peak time around the RV show and whatnot. And oh, I don't doubt it. But I kind of said it as it's where old people go to die and drug addicts go to panhandle. Um, I know you're going to tell me, oh, I have a great time. I'm not saying everything is like that. But a lot of the older folk, they come park their RVs there for 6 months, basically never get in or out of them. Um, you've got a bunch of people there that are basically, you know, uh, I have absolutely no money whatsoever. They're living under a tarp, you know, and they're in town panhandling and doing drugs. And if you never saw drugs in Quartzsite or people doing drugs or on drugs, you didn't even go to Quartzsite because I don't care. Um, there's people walking through the campsites that can barely stand up. You see people laying on the ground that are definitely out. You smell it everywhere. Different drugs. Um, there's a just. I'm not trying to tell you not to go. Don't take it that way. I spent a lot of time down there last winter, and I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I met some nice people, um, but yeah, it's. I mean, and my age is probably the hardest age to be down there because most people are much older, and then the drug addict scene is, well, all ages. But for people kind of living out of their rigs, um, I didn't meet up with a lot of people my age. I hung out at they got a place, I can't remember what it's called. They have music like Fridays and Saturdays or something like that. I can't remember. It's in La Posa South, maybe. The southeastern one. I can't remember if that's the Posa South. I think it is. But again, it was. I didn't. I didn't care. Personally, I don't care for Quartzsite. Okay. I would rather BLM land um, for short periods and move. There, you can do that outside of the pay places. I don't think they even check you. I saw people there in just the BLM lands that were there the whole season, never moved. Um, I don't know, but I guess I was told the fee was going to go up this year when I was there last year. Sounds like it did not, but sounds like they are definitely thinking a increase for next year, kind of a big one maybe. So for $180 for 6 months, if you expect people to even pick up your trash, they've got trash, they've got water. I didn't drink it or use it. Some people said they did. You definitely use it for showering or cleaning out your tanks. Um, but dumping your RV waste, $1 a day, that's pretty darn cheap, you know. And then they've been doing some improvements. They've been paving the roads a little bit. Made it a lot nicer on the area where they did, because all those people not kicking up dust every minute when they come in. So I mean, if $180 was too cheap for that, they needed to add more, charge more anyways. And I know people are going to tell me they're on a fixed income, you can't afford it. If you can't afford $100 a month um, to have your garbage and your sewage and water and all that, you got to go get a job, something. Pick up cans, do something, because you got to be able to get that. That should not be out of your price range. Sorry if it is. I hate, I'm not trying to say, anything bad, but you need to do something, and there's people out there that'll hire you. Not yeah, again, not trying to say anything really negative about Quartzsite. It's just it's gotten way too popular. The infrastructure can't support the number of people. There's too small, like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, or whatever, Family Dollar, or whatever. Um, there's one little grocery store right there. There's just there's too many people come in there, and whenever there's a large group of people, you end up with a large group of not so good people. Yeah, like I said, it gets so packed down there. I mean, you go in the Family Dollar, they got one woman in there working, and nothing personal. She wants to talk to every customer 5 minutes. And there's 45 people in line. It's I don't know. It's just you know, I went and tried it out for myself. Would I go again? I may stop if I was traveling through for in the area, but I would not stay for an extended period of time. I know a lot of people that I met there last year are heading that way. Ron and Grace, they're going to get married this year down there. I don't know where, if they're going to be, but during this season, they're going to get married. Whether it's down in there or they go to their family's house, or take a trip somewhere to get married. I don't know. But, wish them all the best of luck. And some of you guys have told me you guys are going down there. Um, People I run into are telling me they're heading down that way. So, you know, one woman was telling me her and her husband are going down, and he hates crowds. So they go down around the RV festival, but he doesn't even like to go to that. But she drags him, you know. But the closest Walmart is like an hour away. Again, somebody's going to tell me it's 42 minutes. Basically, it took me an hour to get there every time I went. Um, I actually really like going up to Lake Havasu. It was a little further. Um, that took me just over an hour. Maybe it was just under an hour to the closest. But I liked actually down around Yuma a little bit better. Uh, was it Ambassador Wash? You got to pay, and it's only 2 week stay down there. That's one of the nicest places I camped this year, but not very many spots. It's right on the water. So that's a place to go. There are lots of spots in the desert in Southern California that you can find. They all don't have amenities. A lot of BLM land. There are other long-term places. There is one just north of Yuma, outside that. Oh, Senator Wash, not Ambassador. Senator Wash. But right outside, right there at Senator Wash, there is long-term visitor associations. On the California side, just west of Yuma, there is a long-term visitor place there near the hot springs. There are many other places you can stay, BLM land, whatever. So that LTVA pass that you get in Quartzsite does more than just Quartzsite. So you can check other places out. You know, around Joshua Tree in California, there's a lot of spots. There's spots all over the desert. You don't, unless you want to just be in one spot the whole time. You can find all kinds of places in New Mexico, Arizona, California to camp. So, each to his own. You can do whichever you want to. A lot of people like to go for a week here, a week there. I mean, if I found a good group to camp with, that we were doing, had like a little community area per se, and people were spending the evenings, maybe potlucking one, a couple times a week or once a week or whatever, or sitting outside hanging out doing stuff. But something smells good for somewhere. But I didn't see a lot. I know there's a bunch of that goes on. Um, but a lot of times those groups are kind of private. They got 4 or 5 couples or whatever that show up every year, and that's their group, and that's where they're going to make a little square. So I mean, you never know. And obviously, if you're a woman, it's a little easier. People seem to take you in a little more. Single male, they not so. Not saying they weren't accommodating to me, but they're more accommodating to single ladies or couples. So, that's my take on Quartzsite, and where to go in the wintertime if you want to travel, or you want to just 2 weeks at a time. You could go all over the southeast, and 2 weeks is a long time to spend in one area. If you're outside of Palm Springs for 2 weeks, you do everything around Palm Springs in 2 weeks. And you go down to, I don't know. Where did I spend? I spent a while east of San Diego. Can't think of where it was. I spent about a month down there. It's a little tiny little town, artsy little place. I didn't, I think it's kind of drying up a little bit, but they've got year-round pay campsites there. Too hot to camp there in the summer. But they got a big area there. You can, camp for free it's private land, but they let you go. And there's a lot of dirt bike and off-road vehicle down that way. But yeah, all through east there. I mean, you just keep going. All the way to the south side of Palm Springs. And you just keep going. There are so many spots. So, just use your own thought, whatever you want to do. When I first got to Quartzsite, I did like 2 weeks at a time. A couple 2 weeks at a time, and it got to the point that I spent, a lot more than I should have, but I just kept hoping I would get the bug to be down there, and I just never did. And also, I think if you go out a little further in the La Posas, or the LTVAs, excuse me, it can be a little better experience. I met some better, some more enjoyable people to me out deeper into them. But, all right, guys, I think that's enough of me yakking about the winter. But like I said, you can find places all over to camp. So, don't think you have to be in Quartzsite if you don't want to be. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Like I said, there are lots of places, BLM land. And if you don't mind a little bit of the cold, you can find so many more. I know a lot of people just like the desert idea. But okay, guys, thank you for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. It's appreciated. It helps out the channel. And as always, you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you tomorrow on Jellybean Outdoors.